Speaking of employment, though, you had 7,800 people at Twitter when the plane was nosediving. I think you're at 1,500 now.
That's
so
correct.
roughly 6,300 people. Were they all superfluous?
Hello friends, this video is about frames and frame control, and stick with us until the end because I will give you the best trick to avoid the all too common frame traps.
Now.
That's
so
correct.
roughly 6,300 people. Were they all superfluous?
No, not all.
So, do you figure out which ones aren't, or is it a little late? You know, sometimes it gets a little late.
I mean, look, desperate times call for desperate measures. So there's no question that some of the people who were let go probably shouldn't have been let go because we...
In this example, Elon Musk accepts the frame that he fired the vast majority of employees. Obviously, it's not the best frame for him. However, it justifies it well. It justifies it with the reasoning that it was desperate times, and desperate times call for desperate measures. It makes sense. It's not bad at all. It's sensible. It avoids framing himself as mean, a heartless profiteer. And people who hear it can say, you know, it's true. It was a difficult time. He had to take difficult calls. And that's what it did. However, now think about it, what someone with superior frame control skills could have done there. Think about possible frames that would have not defended, but that would make you come out even better. Take 10 seconds, think about it. Now imagine if instead of framing it as difficult times and difficult decisions, he framed it as saving jobs. The funny thing is that it would have been equally true. Listen this out. For example, he could have said, look, Twitter was bleeding cash. Obviously, a business cannot keep losing cash without going bankrupt. Eventually, we would have gone bankrupt and we would have lost every single job. So it was a case of save 1,500 jobs today, make a great company, and then hire even more in the future. Maybe we could hire even more people than what we started from. That would have been equally true, 100% honest, but think what the world of difference it would have done for Elon Musk. People love Elon Musk already, and for good reasons. With a frame like that, with a mindset like that, they would have loved him even more. And then he could have even added a little bit of a power move towards the journalist. For example, he could have said, imagine if CNBC, your employer, was losing cash. And now they have two options. They can either resist and hold on for 2 months and then fire everybody, or they could save half of the jobs today, including yours, and maybe a little bit down the line, hire back everybody and potentially even more people. How good would have been for a power move? It would work perfectly because it shows that Elon Musk is not the only one being grilled and taking the difficult questions, but that he can pose the difficult question and put a little bit of a social pressure on the journalist that would equal the playing field. Not only am I being attacked and I have to explain, but I can also put you in the difficult seat. Also, it would have been a great power move because it would remind everybody, including the journalist, about the power discrepancy. Because the frame of Elon Musk is you're an employee and you can get fired very easily, and I'm the big CEO and I can change the world for the better by making better companies and hiring more people. Very, very good, very powerful. Now let's listen to the other example where unluckily Elon Musk didn't do as well.
I understand. But it's funny, you know, I've heard from other tech CEOs quietly, they look at what you did at Twitter and they won't admit it publicly, but they say, wow, that was something. I mean, to cut that deeply and still be able to run the company. People will argue about how well or things are running. Have you heard from any of these CEOs who said, thank you for doing that, giving us sort of runway or leeway to at least make some cuts of our own?
I've heard that from a few people, and I've heard that through the grapevine, yeah. But like I said, if desperate times call for desperate measures, and unfortunately those were desperate times.
So do you see?
Have you heard other CEOs saying thank you for giving the leeway to go ahead with mass layoffs? How bad for a frame is that? It frames Elon Musk as a sort of Darth Vader of leaders, giving the bad example to everyone else and allowing everyone else to go on with mass layoffs. You should never accept a frame like that. You're not a Darth Vader. 99% people are not inherently bad. Why would you accept a frame where you are leading the way to make thousands and thousands of people lose their job? Do not accept such a frame. So what other angles you could have taken? Well, here is the little trick that I mentioned at the beginning and that you can use anytime. When a frame is too bad, you don't need any creative thinking, any special skills. You can just simply refuse it. For example, you could have said, no, I don't think so. Simple refusal. And then you describe the reality. I take decisions that are good for Twitter and our employees. And other CEOs, they are adults, and hopefully they can take good decisions that are good for their companies and for their own employees. Simple, done. The next simple step that you can add that will take this technique to the next level is to bridge it with a win-win. For example, you could say, and you know, the more good decisions we can take as a collective, the better we can run our companies, the better services we can offer, and the better it is for everyone. See, so simple. Elon Musk would have come across as even more empathic, as even more of a value giver, and people would have loved him even more. Frame control skills are foundational in life. Imagine, what could you do and what could you achieve if you had these skills down pat? They will help you to gain reputation, status, become more attractive to the opposite sex, win in political elections, or just simply be more persuasive at home with your friends or at work. And this is only one of the crucial skills that we teach in Power University, says one alumnus. The lessons on frame control and video examples have opened my eyes. I can come up with frame control techniques on the fly. Now imagine if just 3 months down the road you were also able to come up with frame control techniques on the fly, and if you could turn around attacks in a way that you don't only defend but you end up winning. How much more effective would you be in life? How much more effective would you be in winning negotiation, romantic partners, or promotions? Because I can tell you, I'm bold, I'm short, I'm not great looking, I even have dark circles around my eyes that make me look even less healthy than I actually am, and still I have achieved big time in life. And all of that has been in large part due to these skills that I teach, including frame control. I know that Power University is a little bit of a premium course, so not everybody can afford it. On the plus side, as soon as you could be able to afford it, I can almost guarantee that across a lifetime you will make back a lot more money than what you invested. Give it a try. There is a 30 days money back guarantee. And from my side, it's always great to see you guys. So a big hug from me. Ciao, ciao. See you on the next video. See you. Love you guys. Ciao.